Are you looking for the best sandpaper for wood? Here we will break down the top 7 sandpaper for wood on the market. We have included links in the description for each product mentioned. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. At number 1. Fandeli Multipurpose 60 Grit Sandpaper. This grade is most effective to rough out any excessive fibers immediately before and after carving. More often than not, before even making the first cut, the wood you start out with is more than likely going to have uneven sides, chips in the surface, or even potential splinters sticking, making it pretty unsafe to hold freely while carving. Even though it is best practice to wear safety gloves when using a knife, getting rid of defects on the surface makes cutting it a lot safer and easier. This particular package comes with 25 sheets that are 93x113, so it offers plenty of surface area to use. Thing is with sheets like these is that they become easier to use the more often they are applied. Out of the package they are pretty stiff, which makes it hard to smooth out tight corners and even concave shapes. So the best method to make the sheets more malleable is to just use them as often as you can. At number 2. MIADY Assorted Grit Sandpaper. First of all, let us tell you that you may find this sandpaper collection pretty similar to many other convenient sets available in the market. But as we look deep down into its features and real-time benefits, we will tell you the real facts. First of all, let us tell you what's inside the box. There are 36 sheets in total, split into a few grit variations. Starting from 120 grit, you can find up to 3000 grits in it. Each of the grits has 3 sheets of high-quality sandpapers. Talking about the grits, let us give you some idea on what kind of grit is right for what kind of applications. 120 grit sandpapers are best suited for rough sanding or removing scratches from any surfaces. A mid-level grit like 400 to 600 is an ideal fit for works like final finishing on a worked-out surface or to sand metals. And lastly, the high-graded grit such as 2000 to 3000 are particularly used for buffing. The material used to manufacture these sheets is silicon carbide mainly. On top of that, you will find a layer of electrocoat, which gives it an excellent capacity to be damage-proof. Also, another great role that this electrocoat plays is, it makes sure that the grit is distributed evenly across the sheet. In case of both dry and wet furnishing or finishing, this sandpaper will do great. You don't have to do anything additional in order to make your sandpaper able to work in wet conditions. Let's talk about what kind of works this paper is able to work on. Starting with art and craft, you can work on wooden surfaces, automotive metal surfaces, plastic surfaces and so on. As you have seen, there is a wide range of choices in terms of grit. So, it's up to you to choose the best kind of course for each operation. The dimension of each of these units is 9 inches x 3.6 inches, which is pretty much ideal. With such a size in hand, you can either work with sanding blocks or cut it into several smaller sizes if you want. At number 3. DURA-GOLD Premium Longboard Continuous Roll. Apparently, we're at our runner-up pick of the day, the DURA-GOLD Premium Longboard Continuous Roll. At first glance, you may get surprised a bit. Because it's not like any regular sandpaper set where you will be provided with a number of sheets split up based on grit labels. Instead, this is a 20 yards long roll of 600 grit sandpaper. This comes to be handy when you need to prepare a custom length of sheets for working on complicated workpieces. Instead of silicon carbide material, this sandpaper roll is made of coated aluminum oxide corundum. The benefit of having such materialistic quality is, it will come up with better and sharper cutting capacity, along with a uniform finish. This 20 yard or 60 feet long reel of sandpaper is 2 3/4 in terms of thickness. So, you can cut any length and make your custom coarse paper for sanding and finishing works. As long as the grit grade is 600, it will be applicable with mild finishing works on wooden and metal surfaces only. For harder works, you have to upgrade the grit level of the paper, which is also available for purchasing. Apart from wood, metal, and plastic, you can work well on surfaces like fiberglass and similar surfaces as well. No matter if it's a job of shaping body filler, rough furnishing, paint removal, primer applying or anything else, you can go with it with confidence. Woodworkers often use several types of sanding blocks along with the sandpaper for more precise operation. If you are one like that, you can be relieved with this pick. Because this one is compatible with pneumatic air files, hand sanding blocks, K-blocks, longboard file boards, firm blocks and so on. The last concern of us while reviewing this paper is the price-quality ratio. And we were left jaw-dropped at this point. Because it comes at such a cheap price that can't be even compared to any other 20 yards long paper reels. You will be certainly satisfied with it for sure. At number 4. 120 to 3000 Assorted Grit Sandpaper. This multi-pack from MIADY is great value for the money and is an easy go-to product for pretty much all your general sandpaper needs. The grit type is a waterproof silicon carbide that has been electrocoated to ensure the abrasive is spread evenly across the paper backing, giving each sheet a nice quality feel. With 36 sheets per pack, you get 12 types of grit to take you from wood and metal to auto bodywork polishing. Each sheet is nicely sized too and will wrap neatly around most standard-sized sanding blocks. The pack also includes wet and dry sandpaper sheets with 1000 to 3000 fine grit sandpaper grades that hold together well when put under wetted pressure to get a seriously smooth fine finish to your car's bodywork. At less than $8 for a decent-sized variety pack and a durable quality you could expect from a more premium product, this 36-sheet pack is great for most DIY jobs. At number 5. Mirka Bulldog Gold 60 Grit Grip Vacuum Discs. A great addition to your electric sander kit, this pack of circular sandpaper discs from Mirka is tough enough for high-speed sanding on a range of heavy-duty jobs. Designed to fit the big names DeWalt DW421 423, 5-inch Ryobi and the Bosch 3107 or 3725, you can use these 60 grit core sandpaper discs to whip off heavy paint, surface material, as well as for auto finishing. Using durable aluminum oxide, the discs have a semi-open grain with a stearate coating to help prevent clogging and to ensure you get a superior sanding result. Plus, Mirka use a high-strength resin on every Bulldog Gold sandpaper to provide exceptional grit bonding and therefore a longer life per disc. The backing paper is also satisfyingly thick without compromising the disc's performance. Each pack of Bulldog Gold comes with 55-inch discs to see you through the toughest of jobs. You will pay a little extra for the privilege, but these discs work well as automotive sandpaper and will give you the smooth result you are looking for. At number 6. 3M Aluminum Oxide Sandpaper. All-round sandpaper at a great price, you can't go wrong with the 11-inch aluminum oxide assorted pack from D Stalwarts, 3M providing 5 sturdy sheets, 1 very fine, 2 fine, and 2 medium grit. These are the ones to buy when you are next at the D store and pop into the toolbox for when a general sanding job comes calling. For dry sanding use, you can easily use the 3M assorted sandpaper pack for wood, paint, metal, plastic, drywall and fiberglass, and the 9x11-inch sheet size makes them ideal for hand use or for trimming down and wrapping around most standard-sized sanding blocks. Tough and durable and with the reliable 3M name on the pack, this sandpaper easily takes our best value slot. Not suited to wet sanding. At number 7. 400 to 3000 grit wet dry sandpaper. When it is time to fine sand your job to a quality smooth finish, this 90-piece pack from Varens is a great grit size. From automotive sanding, wood furniture finishing, and wood turning finishing to metal finishing, this is a super all-rounder, with grit grades ranging from 400 through to 3000. With its 9 types of grit, this fine grit sandpaper assortment will cover all you need from art and craft, woodwork, metal, and plastic applications for buffing and polishing. These fine grits are also ideal automotive sandpapers and will help to give your bodywork job a super professional finish. Made from silicone carbide and electro-coated for durability, they work well both wet and dry. When used wet, they also have impressive holding powers and won't crumble or tear apart under pressure when using. Each sheet comes in a convenient 8.85-inch x 3.54-inch shape that can be easily cut down to size for smaller sanding blocks.